In the film 1984 by George Orwell, Big Brother, the leader of a totalitarian superstate, creates new language called Newspeak to simplify and limit citizens' vocabulary. President Trump is simplifying federal language, which diminishes expression and inclusivity. The federal government has created a list of over 350 words that are wanted to be eliminated from speech. The element of limiting speech correlates to 1984 by connecting features such as lack of communication abilities, resembling Newspeak, a language made by Big Brother to diminish citizens' range of language. Leaders such as Big Brother can use media control to manipulate citizens' perceptions of events. Lack of knowledge can lead to false trust and beliefs. Big Brother cut off outside knowledge from Oceania, and citizens really rebelled. Media controls affect opinions of citizens. O'Brien and Wentz are talking about Newspeak and the invention of it. O'Brien says that Newspeak is the reduction in the number of words.
Is timing the language to scientific advance.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing, the destruction of words. You won't have seen the dictionary, 10th edition yet, Smith? It's that thick. The 11th edition will be that thick.
Well, the revolution will be complete when the language is perfect.
The secret is to move from translation to direct thought to automatic response. No need for self-discipline. Language coming from here, not from here.
Excuse me for intruding, but what you're saying is that we should be rid of the last vestiges of Goldsteinism when the language has been cleaned. I couldn't be more in agreement with you, brother.
Absolutely.
President Trump is banning words such as affordable housing, pronouns, females, and diversity. The list contains of 200 plus words. Those words are being banned from federal agency websites. Does this remind you of anything? Groups such as disabled and unhoused are seen as less thans because of this word list. Affordable housing is one of the phrases mentioned on the list. Accessibility is also included. Without access to these words in federal and Head Start programs, there will be a depletion of engagement. President Trump is hurting the economy and the environment by restricting words such as safe drinking water. Without words like this, in the appendix of 1984, George Orwell states that in Newspeak, the expression of unorthodox opinions was well nigh impossible.
How's the Newspeak committee?
Working overtime. Plus big wastage and adjectives. Plus big problem.
The federal government is telling Head Start programs to remove words from a 200 plus word list from their funding applications, otherwise they would not be accepted. Head Start serves many children. With so much diversity, removing these words would harm the programs. Head Start is known for inclusivity. Listening to the federal government will make this untrue. Murray Sanders speaks about how Trump's banned word list threatens families' access to Head Start programs nationwide. Head Start programs are important to families since they create access to early education to their children. There are arguments that mention how the legal guidance bans diversity, equity, and inclusion. Senator's right. Your actions directly conflict with the statutory requirements established by Congress on a bipartisan basis under the Head Start Act to provide community-driven services and supportive classrooms for children with disabilities. And they force Head Start grantees to make an impossible and unacceptable choice between complying with the law or bending to administration's unlawful DEI ban to keep their funding.
The Washington Post has reported that the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, received a list of words that are forbidden in some of their published work. Now, there is some disagreement about whether or not these words will be used in the future. However, what we do know so far is that policy analysts at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta were told of the list of forbidden terms at a meeting with senior CDC officials who oversee the budget. And that's according to an analyst who took part in the 90-minute briefing. So that analyst went on to speak to the Washington Post. The Washington Post seems to have corroborated what that analyst has said to them. And here are the forbidden words that were included in that list. Vulnerable was on it. So was entitlement, diversity, transgender, fetus, evidence-based, science-based.
So let's pause here.
There are trends in the list. Words that are culturally considered woke are reoccurring on the list. Words that describe topics such as race, sexuality, diversity, gender, and environment are included too. These words are controlled to limit communication about current events and problems.
In fact, since the day of our glorious revolution, I had no faith in our
perceptions of events. Lack
I
of knowledge
forged
can lead to
government
false trust and
announcements and
beliefs.
falsified figures
Big
quoted
money
for
caused outside
agricultural
knowledge from
and
actually
industrial.
and citizens really rebelled.
As a result of
Media
mental
controls affect the
disturbance
opinions
dating
of
from my
citizens.
experiences during the atomic wars, I was a willing subject of Goldstein's influence. I was stubborn and egocentric. When own life thoughts occurred to me, I reveled in them. I went into the proletarian zones. I had sex with prostitutes. I deliberately contracted syphilis. It was at this time that I made contact with the resistance. I was personally contacted by the arch-traitor Goldstein and ordered to assassinate certain inner-party officials.
Bugger.
This I did. My agents forged documents and gained entry to the Ministry of Truth.
Thought crime is death.
Production figures.
Thought crime does not entail death.
I deliberately passed
Thought crime
4,000
is death.
truck accidents, but the result.
Media control over language can be solved by protests and having large leaders speak up. People such as senators and representatives can speak up and explain why these words are important and why eliminating them will cause more of an outbreak.